Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today, albeit a bit late, we're going to be covering some news about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and the news isn't good. So, a bit of backstory here. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was leaked years ago. I remember making so many videos back in 2018 talking about the game, and none of us could really believe what we were hearing, right? Because it was first leaked by Amazon Italy that the game was going to be coming, and then a bunch of industry insiders and sources over at Eurogamer and Charlie Intel and a bunch of other places started to back up the claim that the game was indeed real and that the posting on Amazon Italy was not an error, but they also then said that the game was going to be campaign only. After that, the news for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered pretty much dried up, which was really weird until a couple of days ago when it came out that the Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered game appeared over on the South Korean ratings board. Now note that the game itself is literally called Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, which basically confirms our fears from a couple of years ago that Activision would really be stupid enough to remaster one of the most beloved shooter games of all time and not include the multiplayer. I'm honestly at a loss for words right now, but I suppose there are some theories and some speculation I could throw out there. To me, the idea of remastering the game's campaign is not necessarily the worst thing in the world, right? Because lots of people love that game's story and they would love to play through it again. And since Call of Duty 4 got remastered a couple of years ago, it would be fun to play through the first and second Modern Warfare campaigns, but with modern day graphics, right? That does not sound like the worst thing ever. The problem is, however, the vast majority of the player base of the Call of Duty community play the game for multiplayer, right? They don't play COD for the campaign necessarily, they put the vast majority of their time into multiplayer, and on top of that, it's no secret that Modern Warfare 2019 is an incredibly divisive game that has left a lot of people waiting for Call of Duty 2020, but Call of Duty 2020 is not in the best state right now. I talked about it in my previous video, but COD 2020 is in a really rough place because not only was the game essentially scrapped, then handed over to Treyarch with only 9 months until launch, but then the coronavirus started happening, right? We have all these global events going on, and every single Treyarch employee is currently working from home. So because of that, they're on a very tight time frame, and I don't think it's unfair at all to assume that COD 2020 is going to be really rough around the edges because the development process has been a complete mess, and I feel like the game is going to be full of reused assets, right? You guys remember back in Black Ops 4, that game got a ton of flack for remaking too many maps and reusing too many characters and too many assets from the previous Black Ops games. Well, with COD 2020 being rumored to be a Black Ops reboot, and then you look at the fact that the development process has been a complete mess, I think it's safe to assume that the game is going to feature tons and tons of reused assets just to fill everything out before launch. Well, instead of that, why not just push the game back a year and instead release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, complete with campaign, multiplayer, and Spec Ops? I think that would be the best thing for the franchise at the moment. As much as I would love to see a new Cold War/Vietnam Call of Duty title, I feel like the franchise as a whole would benefit from an extra year of development time, and that's not just for Treyarch, right? Because remember, Treyarch was originally going to be working on Call of Duty 2021, which means Infinity Ward was going to be making Call of Duty 2022. Well, now that Treyarch got pushed up a year to make COD 2020, that means Infinity Ward also got pushed up a year to make COD 2021. These games are going to be really rushed. They're going to be more rushed than ever, and all these problems would just go away with a year off where they were to release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered instead of a new Call of Duty title. I mean, hell, Infinity Ward and Treyarch don't even need the help with the game. They can focus on their games completely because Raven Software did a great job when they remastered Call of Duty 4, basically take the entire game and have them handle it and release it this coming November. It would make so much sense, but then again, we're talking about Activision here, and typically Activision doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but those are my thoughts and feelings, I suppose, guys. I want to talk about this here today because obviously it's pretty big news that we're going to be getting a remaster of Modern Warfare 2's campaign at some point in the future, but at the same time, I think it's even bigger news that the multiplayer is not going to be involved, even though it's one of the most beloved multiplayers in franchise history. I would love to hear what you guys think about this down in the comment section below, and as always, I will do my best to keep you guys posted with as many details about this story as it develops, and I have a feeling we're going to be learning a lot more about this in the coming months, but until then, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving a like, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.